you had a more direct route to the dragon on the red side. And so it was found that red side was more aggressive just as a side.
Yeah.
You had more reason to fight. The angle of the camera put you into the forward moving motion. But we're getting into the weeds. We're into Champ Select, game number 2 of the July finals for PLC. Already, Draven and Shen taken off the table. Brand soon to follow.
Like, come on, my Noxus example can't be that bad. We can't be getting that many cringes from chat. They play Draven, they play Darius. Like, who's more Noxus than that? Come on. So, anyway,
Katarina is more Noxus than that.
nah, I mean, like, you could put Swain in there and stuff like that, but
That's
I
true.
think Darius and Draven are kind of the faces of Noxus. Like, you can fight me on this. But Ezreal ban, this is uh, very traditional bans from wow, I'm we talking about them all day and I lose them. Fall Guys, it's they liked how the last game went. They're gonna draft the same way. They're not exactly responding to the bans coming in the other way.
Right, and that goes back to what we were talking about in game number 1's draft. You ban things that are a problem, and these are the consistent problems. So if one thing we do notice is the Veigar isn't banned.
Right.
These were the problems. The Braum finally taken away instead of the Zyra. And so I wonder if we're going to get the counter pick here. Yep, that was exactly what I thought was going to happen. And to the chagrin of our mid laner on the side of the Fall Guys being lock and load, the Veigar has been uncaged, but not where he wanted it to be.
Got what you wanted, chat. But the monkey paw curls. Yeah, Veigar. I don't know of Death playing a lot of Veigar, but you know, I like him on the flashier champions, the big playmakers. But if they're scared of Veigar enough to pick or ban him, then yeah, this is what you have to do to ban the champions that are a problem and still keep Veigar off the table. A Zyra being locked in, okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, another jungle Zyra, I'm willing to think.
Absolutely.
Oh, Kodo's trolling. He does this. He's been doing this for years. It's fine.
Fine. If I can't have what I want, then I'll just break the rules.
I love it. But big pushing power with the Ziggs. We saw it earlier today. I think it performed quite well. And especially in the hands of lock and load in the mid lane, I think that getting that pressure on that portion of the map is very important to the Fall Guys, especially with the way that Death has been playing today in particular. Like, he's got to have that game face on. He's got to be ready to put this in.
Yeah, you know, this is starting looking like a traditional Team Unknown comp. You know, big bombastic ultimates, very slow, not very a lot of dashes. This is the stuff that we like to see. And on the same side, we're seeing more of a comp from the Fall Guys that was similar to the game versus the Poro Snacks. I wonder if they're just going to do a good stuff comp and win every single lane and just push from there. Because if they can keep that prio in every single lane again, like they did with Poro Snacks, they'll suffocate out Team Unknown, who are on the back foot.
I like the Amumu ban. I think that was a big problem last game. The way those bandage tosses were able to go over the terrain and lock up Kodo, I sincerely agree with taking that out. But that's just the pivot that we need in a draft like this, right? They took away the problems. Amumu and Darius, huge problems last game. The brand, probably a big reason that stuff was going wrong. You position a certain way when brand is in the game.
Yeah. I fully expect to still see a hook or a hook adjacent champ, a Thresh or someone that can lock down Calavir in his ADC role. A big win condition from Team Unknown is Calavir and Death. And if you can just walk away from Death being on a Veigar, if he is playing Veigar,
Hmm.
then the focus should be on hooking and locking down Calvier in the ADC position.
Now, once we see the next pick off of the Fall Guys, I am going to tell you what I think should be locked in on the side of Team Unknown. I think
Okay.
there's enough mystery here on the side of. Oh, yeah, is that what we're gonna get? Okay, I don't hate this, but now we have the opportunity for the classic Tarek.
Yeah, true. The Varus Tarek would be brilliant. Braum is still a very good pick. There he is.
We got it,
Yay!
boys. Now, if I remember right, the Varus Tarek is undefeated from Team Unknown.
It's an insane combo. Like it's kind of like not something you would think of first with either of the champions, and Team Unknown makes it work. They have no weaknesses together because Varus can do the poking, the fighting, and Tarek can keep him safe.
The Rek'Sai is a surprise to me.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain that though, because why? Why is that a surprise? It can only be because Rek'Sai's an assassin. So all the champion does is go around the map relatively quickly, and I guess you know what, the gank assist is
Yeah.
right there. You don't need as much coming from the lanes as you can set up on your own with the tunnels.
Yeah,
But go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I'm actually surprised we don't see more of Rek'Sai. When you're talking about cool, calculated kills with map control, like that's Rek'Sai. That's Team Unknown. I'm surprised we haven't seen it before
Yeah.
because Kodo Draco's playstyle is absolutely mimicking the place the tunnels, the travel through the map, and blow people up who are mispositioned. Oh no!
It looks like there must have been a hiccup in the champ select. Something must have broken or a lag of some sort. You know what?
Yeah.
I think it was a client bug because Kiroro is out of the lobby. We can see here, and they weren't able to switch. Yeah, there it
Couldn't
is.
swap.
Yep, they
Yeah.
couldn't swap. The trade wouldn't go through. Okay. So, everybody, what this is going to be is we're going to have to, because he left the lobby, if I remember right, once he gets back in, we're going to have to go through champion select again, but they don't have to make the same bands and they can pick in order. So, it's only going to be just an extra few minutes. And, okay. We're just gonna get champion select all put back through and get back into the champ select, and then what else that means is we do still have the 3 minutes that we'll be talking, and once we get into spectator delay, we'll put that back up and we'll talk about the individual matchups. But I was about to say how much I liked the Thresh pick, that last pick of the whole draft. I think Thresh is brilliant.
Yeah, keeping that that CC, being able to lock down, like I was talking about, a hook on Calvier is devastating. And you know, as great as protective as Tarek is, there's not too much they can do. But you know, with the team that Team Unknown was able to put together, this is a very, very tried and true tested team with Team Unknown. Obviously, Rek'Sai is a little bit of a wild card here. We haven't seen her before, but I think Rek'Sai is, as long as Kodo Draco can pilot her fine, should be an easy, wonderful fit to the they're used to. But yes, loving it so far. I think Fall Guys are going to have a little bit of a run for their money. I'm excited to kind of, you know, like Mundo is not nearly as oppressive to Ornn as Darius is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still going to be, gosh dang, there's still going to be big fights. You know, Elijah and East haven't really like changed that much. They're like so crazy. East Phantom and Elijah are like the two peas in the pod with their play style. But yes, having this extra time to discuss, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a good game too.
Absolutely. And the pushing capabilities of these champions that have been drafted on the side of the Fall Guys, right? Mundo has the his E can, if you slap a minion and it dies, it
Yeah.
goes, it move. It's like a Scion E,
Hmm.
and so you can clear the wave relatively quickly. Ziggs has the wave clear, and
Yep.
then Lucian with all his extra auto attacks,
Yep.
it's really really quick to push up those lanes. And so we've got to be careful on the side of Team Unknown to not fall into the dive situations, right? You got to
Yeah.
keep your vision up. You got to make sure that you're not going to be pincered like we've seen seen the Fall Guys execute multiple times today.
I just expect this team comp to not be nearly as effective against Team Unknown as it was Porosnax, because number one, Team Unknown is a very very coordinated team. They've proven time and time again. But number two, a jungler like Rek'Sai is known for her movement, is known
Mhm.
for her map presence. Like being pushed up in 3 lanes, like Rek'Sai is just gonna get to pick who she kills. She's
True.
like she's gonna have like the pick of the litter. Last game there was a lot of pressure on mid lane, and there was. This game there's a lot of pressure on jungle and being able
Mhm.
to control objectives and prevent a full meltdown of turret aggression.
So, what do you think about the clear speeds between the two champions? I know that Zyra just had to get a little bit of a tune down because she was clearing too quickly,
Mhm.
but Rek'Sai's Q giving her the AoE and being able to do that and the knockups and everything, decent AoE wave or camp clear, wouldn't you agree?
So you've identified the one of my other major weaknesses in the game. As a jungle main, I really don't know people's clear speeds very well. And
As
it's
a
been a big weakness of mine. I really don't know. If I remember correctly, Rek'Sai does not have a very healthy or a very quick clear, and I don't think that her focus is going to be there. I think the first 3 minute, 3 minute 20, 3 minute 10 clear is going to be critical for the first couple of ganks, and yet I don't think it'll dictate the pace of the game quite like other jungle matchups will go.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's what's so fun about picking certain champions. I remember when they changed the spawn timer of the scuttle crabs, it changed what junglers you picked because champions like Jarvan and
Hmm.
what's his name, Xin Zhao are good to go level 2, right?
Right.
Champions like Kha'Zix or Graves, Gragas need that third level before
Yeah.
they're able to fight these other junglers. And so when they changed it to be earlier, you got this huge swing in the jungle meta. And the clear speed is one of those things, right? If you're too slow, that's why you're not in the jungle.
Yeah.
And so it's always fascinating to talk about things like that. But now I understand that we're probably boring our audience. So thank you so much for staying with us, everybody. But the next big
Yeah.
thing is the Lucian. We saw Lucian used to great effect when paired with the Braum earlier today. There's no extra stun, but the amount of crowd control coming out of a Thresh and with Zyra as the jungler ganking as well, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for Lucian to use that light slinging passive to get so many shots off.
Hmm. Yeah, the we're going to be balancing on the tip of a needle of these. We've already seen like a lot of fights bot lane go one way and then the other way and then the other way again as more elements are brought in, a jungler, a turret. Um, and it's all the more prevalent when you're Lucian trying to close out a kill and this Taric won't stop shielding and won't stop healing, and
Hmm.
it only takes this, a tiny amount to turn the game away from this pins and needles, bits and pieces, to a double kill. And then
Hmm.
suddenly you're in trouble because now you have to deal with a Varus who's 2-0. Yeah. So,
It's gonna be matchup is gonna be a lot of fun. everybody. I want to see some energy here. We're into game number 2 of our finals in July. Send in those hashtags TU win or TFG win. Let's see it in the chat. And we're into game number 2.
Man, I once again, East Phantom is not Elijah, and they're playing the same exact champions. Are they the same person? Are they
No.
like in a hive mind?
I don't think they're the same person, but I do think that they are trying to expand their capabilities within the game. And
Sure.
I think it's really wise to do that with people, A, whom you trust, and B, with whom you have a strong working relationship.
Yeah. Invade coming in. It was spotted on the ward. This is dangerous from both teams. The response is very, very strong. They could get caught out if they disperse too quickly. They're still on the ward.
Mundo
Ward
is
comes in to
here.
catch
Kodo
him.
Draco's in the front side. They get the stun from the Taric. Flash
Oh my
away.
goodness.
First blood over to the Fall Guys. That's even on the Elijah. That's a second kill. Laugh Wizard picks that one up. 2 kills for 0. Calavera has to flash away. And Cubsy might be in some trouble.
Flashes, ignites, deaths. Wow, that's a huge momentum swing for Fall Guys. Team Unknown needs to keep their morale if they're going to do anything in this game. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty quick closeout. Death is starting the lane at half health. Not a good place you want to be against Ziggs, who's already capitalizing on this.
Agreed. And we're already 2 kills in less than 2 minutes.
And let's not forget, Lock and Load is mad. He had his main taken away from him. He's playing against a champion he knows very, very well.
True. And that goes back to what we were talking about way at the beginning of the day. You know, when you know a champion so well because you play it often, you know the patterns and the ways they move and where they need to be and how they're going to be playing the lane. So this is really, really bad for Death.
Yeah. He's already playing from behind. I'm loving the aggression top lane. That's a flash from Vhagar. Like, oh my goodness, this is not good for Death, who's been otherwise performing very, very well today. Let's see if he can he can bring it around. He certainly has the skills for it. Bear is super confident. We have not seen this confidence from Bear in lane, at least, so far today. So loving to see this, especially against a very good opponent.
Yeah, Ornn is such a fun early level fighter because not a lot of champions can match that damage from the brittle procs. Cubsy gets a great stun onto Kiroro. Trading back, Calavera gets about half the health off of Elijah. Not quite enough, but it's a big deal. Kiroro got very, very low.
Yeah, almost an even trade. Ooh, except for the fact,
stop moving strat is so good.
Except for that flash being eaten, it's tense spot lane. Things are not looking good for Team Unknown, but that's okay. They're the kings of staying cool. Looks like a gank topside. He's able to get away. Is Zyra able to push him away a little bit?
He doesn't have any mana, so he's relying on his innate tankiness. Look at that. Well played. That's that cool head that you've been talking about from Team Unknown. He didn't flash. He probably dashed with his E, but nothing else. And he makes it back. He has the teleport, so he'll catch any wave that makes it up. This is going to be a good combo. Lock and Load is in some trouble. He gets knocked up. He gets hit with a lot of damage here. Death trying to do the best he can. It's almost enough damage, but he never went down with the stun from the Vhagar. Laugh Wizard is the next target. Death trying to land that Q. Death sentence from Cubsy. How did he get all the way up there? No flash from Vhagar yet. He almost gets the kill, but Laugh Wizard picks it up.
Good rotation from Thresh. They took a close fight and made it no longer close. I wonder if Death is tilted because he's not playing, to his strengths quite well. I don't know how well he knows Vhagar, how critical it was to take away from Lock and Load, but Lock and Load's making him pay for it. That's for sure.
The thing that killed that play was Cubsy on the Thresh. If he hadn't been there, it would have been fine. So what a roam from Cubsy on the side of the Fall Guys.
Now they
very
should have
good.
They should have identified that they were coming off base. That could have been something that communicated mid lane. But when you get tunnel vision like that, that's the mistakes you can make. So for sure.
Speaking of tunnel vision, I had no idea he was there. I was
Me
so
too.
excited about the middle part of that. I understand how that got missed. I definitely
Certainly.
do.
Oh my goodness, the
Another
hooks.
death sentence on the Kiroro. That's a stun down on to Cubsy. Snares. Ignite is down. Elijah has to flash away. Calavir's doing the damage he can. He has that piercing arrow. It doesn't go through. Has to pop his barrier. Cubsy trying to land more crowd control. Elijah is really low. Calavir gets the first one. Cubsy is there. He gets the kill, but Kodo Draco cleans him up.
I was so ready for that flash knock up to save Calavir, but Calavir does what he does best, and that's again that level head that well, we have something wrong and yet we're gonna still go for it. He can't see the Zyra.
That's so funny. Kodo Draco has a little bit of vision. He sees Laugh Wizard running around. Oh, a nice juke there. He doesn't get hit with the snare. Who do we have pressure-wise from mid? Both mid laners are on their way. Lock and Load is in a little bit of trouble. Laugh Wizard does secure the Drake, but gets stunned. Do they have the way to get out of it? Laugh Wizard is still alive. He goes down to Kiroro. Lock and Load picks up a second kill there for the Fall Guys. Elijah chasing on to death. Goes to Calavir now, the target. Dashes forward, gets another kill. Elijah on to Calavir. That's going to be a double kill. I thought it was a triple, but huge swing for the Fall Guys.
Huge swing. Dragon and those deaths. As clever, as interesting as it was for Rek'Sai, she just didn't have the backup that she needed to secure. The tunnel cooldowns, the early levels for Rek'Sai are very, very long. An interesting play if this was 20 minutes into the game. But not looking good for Team Unknown, who are slipping more and more behind. But that doesn't mean the end for them. They're very good at staying level. I'll say it probably 10 more times this game. Ornn taking a lot of punishment for that. He does have teleport, so he'll be back. But yeah.
No ultimate from Lock and Load to try and capitalize on the low health bar on the Ornn there. But yeah. Pressure, meaning that Laughing Wizard gets to go onto the grubs. There are no laners from Team Unknown to help Kodo Draco go and fight that. But do we see the next iteration of, yep, here we go. Lock and Load in some trouble. Still gets stunned. The timing wasn't there, and Death takes his first kill of the game.
That's big. That's a lot of money back into it. The Fall Guys right now, this is their game to lose, and they can easily lose if they're getting caught out. Honestly, what Fall Guys need to do is, now that they're in the battle seat, they need to actually let go of the controls and let the waves push to them and freeze the XP and the gold off of Team Unknown. But I don't know if the Fall Guys think that way. I think they're push machines. Oh, man.
Phantom doing a lot of work here. That Giant's Belt, very, very good for Mundo. Keeps his regen up. It's his stat. Everything is everything that it needs to be.
Yeah, seriously. 0-0 on the top side. You know, those assists only coming from the initial invade. This is just two big dudes slugging it out. And probably will remain that way for the rest of the game.
And Mundo's an interesting champion because all he does is build stats.
Yep. Yeah,
that's it.
Giant stat stick, and by golly, is he a fun stat stick to play. But he's slowly getting that CS lead on Ornn, who's starting to feel it. At first, they were slugging it out, but it only takes a little bit of pressure. It only takes a single Giant's Belt to really swing things in Mundo's favor.
I think that I was watching a YouTube video earlier today, and someone mentioned that manaless champions are so oppressive. Like, Mundo has to use his health, but when you gain health every second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you're playing a manaless champion, your lane is dictated by your cooldowns, and Mundo's cooldowns are short, they're snappy, but because of that, he doesn't have a lot of CC or actions like that. Mm-hmm. And so that's what Ornn is feeling, is that, like, if I can't kill this guy, he's gonna stay in here forever.
Flash forward from Laugh Wizard. Gets bounced out by the Ziggs.
Ooh.
That was huge.
No,
but
he's still dying.
Laugh Wizard still gets the kill. Level 7. Laugh Wizard goes down. Kodo Draco is the next target. He goes down. 5 to 11 now. Lock and Load doing quite a lot here for the Fall Guys.
Oh, they gain a foot and then lose 2. It's not feeling very good for Team Unknown. So much pressure in the mid lane. I honestly, in the replay, I wonder how critical it was to take Vygar. It's hard to say because we've never seen Lock and Load on the Vygar, but goodness gracious, would I have liked to see an Azir here? Would I have liked to see an Ezreal mid? Yeah. So.
An interesting thing here in the chat. The pre-level 6 Mundo is one of the weakest champions, according to Good Guy Griffin. And Phantom does take quite a lot. They trade some Grasps of the Undying there. Oh, hello on the bottom side. Draco, does he get the knockup? He doesn't, but Elijah is hurt pretty bad. Calavir and Kiroro are still there. Only level 5 on the Taric. They need one more level before they really start making this combo work.
Yeah, the 300 gold for 300 gold, but losing a support for a jungler like that's a dragon on their side. You know, it looks even, but really this is Fall Guys taking it a little bit further. It's starting to hurt. A 3k gold lead is turning into a 5k gold lead, which is turning into maybe a win for Fall Guys, but we'll see from there.
Absolutely. Inferno Drake once again.
Ooh,
but there's the stun. Huge damage. Already taking a third of Lock and Load's health. Kodo Draco goes in onto East Phantom. Tries to hop the passive to be able to get the knockup. It's not quite enough. And Mundo does have to ghost, so Phantom makes it out. But it wasn't a bad gank.
I can't tell if Rek'Sai didn't have ults there or why the ult wasn't used, but yeah, this is that push oppressiveness that the Fall Guys wanted anyways, and that is only compounded by the fact that they were able to get those early kills, that early pressure, really starting to hurt. They're taking the grubs, but Death can't support this.
Kiroro walks into the Skittles, and now there's so much damage here. That is East Phantom done with his Heartsteel. Elijah goes on a rampage on the bottom side, taking out Kiroro. They were able to dive the turret with 4 members up on the top side, and just devastation here from the Fall Guys in game number 2.
Yeah, you know, the thing that you usually point out, it's my turn. Look at how many plates have gone down. There's only 1 plate left on the top side. There's 2 plates left at the bottom. It's about to be 1 plate left at the bottom. So much money injected from all this. This is just a replay of Poro Snacks. And so this makes me think that this is something the Fall Guys have done before, and it's something that they'll likely do again.
And it works, right? It's a recipe for success. You never, when you bake a cake and it works, you keep baking. And there it is, a kill onto Laugh Wizard, traded back onto Bear. Phantom doing quite a lot of work up on that top side, just farming away, including a champion and a turret.
Yeah, Team Unknown once again are trying to come up for air. They're not so far behind that they can't bring it back, but they need a little bit of a miracle to bring it back. They have kills on appropriate champions. They're keeping about equal in CS, but just the amount of gold from those turret plates are just what's keeping them alive.
Ultimate popped by Phantom. He's going to get some Heartsteel stacks and deal quite a lot of damage. He's healing so much already, and he gets killed. Just so much coming out of this Mundo. They are not able to fight him. And Phantom takes one in a... You know what? In a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
in comes Kodo Draco. They can't chase.
Because
there's Lock and Load.
Oh my goodness. It just fights and fights and fights, and they're looking for a stance, a foothold, something to go. There's fighting on the bot side. Double kill for the Lucian. It's brutal. They're peeling them apart. They're taking the thing that Team Unknown is known for and just not letting them act that way, putting too much pressure on the map. these are the games that Mundo players dream of.
Oh yeah.
Just being able to walk wherever they want, to push wherever they want. Yeah. Oh,
Elijah got caught. He cleansed, but it's just not enough. Cubsy has to flash. Interesting. Bad angle there on the blast cone though.
Yeah, not able to continue that fight, but 1,000 gold in Veigar's pocket is gold that can be used very well. I'm expecting some needlessly large items from Veigar in there. Is that enough to put them back on the map? I don't think so, but maybe this can be the start of something good.
2 full items on Phantom already.
Oh yeah, and a BF sword oh no, Phantom. Oh my goodness, I still can't look Phantom at the right spot. Yeah, Phantom's getting the Heartsteel and the Warmogs. Like, again, this is exactly what Mundo wants to see, or dreams of every day. Look at that. I don't care about your tower.
Bear is in a lot of trouble. Yep, caught right there by Laugh Wizard. And he's dead, and that's going to be another turret. It's systematically taking over the map.
Like these guys are like professional solo queuers. This is every single thing that you are trying to do in solo queue. Like, I'll take your communication and I'll show you how many towers I take out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, very, very impressive by them so far.
You're gonna lose another turret.
Another one, yeah, because Veigar blows it up.
It's Ziggs.
Ziggs.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. Kodo Draco is going to be in some trouble. He didn't know that he was standing still. No stun there onto Phantom. Even if it was, there's a Dark Passage. Pulls him out easy. And 8-18 the kill spread this time. And Fall Guys want nothing to do with a game number 3.
Yeah, it's like you insulted their mother, and the Fall Guys are like, we're never losing again.
Nice juke there from Kodo Draco. They're going to get some damage down onto Cubsy. East Phantom is in. There is the ultimate from the Taric. That means that they have a chance to actually make this happen. In comes the culling. Does not kill anybody. Flash forward. Still no kill. Elijah knocked up. Killed. A huge swing here for Team Unknown. 3 kills turned over for 0 deaths.
Oh my goodness. They're going to take a turret for that. That's turret bounty. Maybe.
That's wave clear from Laugh Wizard.
Yeah, Zyra being a very, very good champ to get pressure off of turrets. But yeah, that's still more than 1,000 gold back into the pockets of Team Unknown. So that's a good thing. We need to see more of that. Maybe if they can do that 3 or 4 more times, they can be back into it. They're not out of the woods yet, but they're certainly showing that it is possible.
Would you ever go into the woods to need to be out of it?
Sure. That's how maps work.
Okay. Who needs a map?
Who needs a map?
Kiroro wants to get the stun onto Cubsy. In comes Kodo Draco. They've got a little bit of damage, but not quite enough. Elijah is going to be pulled in here. Kodo Draco has to jump away. They saved the control ward for not a whole lot of cost.
Excellent skirmish. To be able to come in, deal that much damage, and then to leave. Hey, that's my Gromp. But Rek'Sai is a very good champion to be in this difficult situation. Unfortunately, Mundo goes where he pleases. So
yeah, flash burn from Bear there. They're trying to keep hold of what jungle they believe is theirs, and it's just not happening. Rift Herald has been summoned. Laugh Wizard might be in some trouble. Never mind, it's Death who's in trouble. It has to dodge everything. Takes quite a lot of damage for his trouble. And the Herald still gets the damage down onto that bottom turret.
Yeah, if Team Unknown's going to come out of this, they need to preserve these inhibitor turrets as long as they can. As long as the inhibitors are up, that means no super minions. And as long as the turrets are up, that means that they can't just backdoor and take an inhibitor and lose Baron and all this. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Elijah goes in, and the death sentence from over the wall, I barely saw it coming.
Yeah, this Thresh is just wherever you don't want him.
And that's one of the dangers of Thresh as a champion. He has such long crowd control and so much of it. But if he gets caught, he's only so tanky. Cubsy does go down. The Locket was not able to save him. No ultimate from the what's his name? Lucian. Elijah is caught, but it's not enough to get him killed. And Phantom just says, hey, you don't have enough stats.
And unfortunately, the inhibitor being down for...
Oh, it flashed forward. Changed target. If he had shot the arrow at Laugh Wizard, he might have got it. Kodo Draco going in onto Lock and Load. He got the smite for the Vision to do the ultimate. In goes the Orn Horn. Lock and Load is in some trouble, and that's another kill.
Oh, pushing the Mundo off is very, very good, but Super Minion's not feeling great. Look like they're going to get engaged on the Mundo still. I think Mundo's too fast to continue that.
Absolutely.
Baron is on the map now. This is still feeling tough, but is there hope?
I think so, right? Once you get level 11 on Kiroro, that will help. All right, you popped the first crowd control, second, third. In goes the ultimate, but the Dark Passage. Flash forward to try and land the stun. It isn't enough.
Man, two players I've been falling in love with this game, this tournament rather, is Bear on the top side. He's really been proving himself, and this Cubsy is just landing every hook. Every lantern is gold. Very, very good.
Speaking of lanterns, there he goes again. Huge range on that. Kodo Draco's in some trouble. He tried to get a pincer movement, and it wasn't enough. Kodo goes up out of the ground to try and hit the blast cone, but there are 4 members of the Fall Guys there. Critically, that was the jungler, which means the Baron goes to the Fall Guys.
And let's, keep your eyes on the Super Minions on that turret does not have a lot of health. Dragon is coming up soon. It's Fall Guys are really trying to push their win.
Phantom wanting to go into a 1v3, dealing quite a lot of damage. The Calavir kills him, in fact. He does go down, shut down probably over to Bear. Death gets the kill. Second onto Elijah. That's an instant double. Baron has gone down, yes, but there are 3 kills for the side of Team Unknown. Big damage down onto Kiroro. He is Tarek, though, so he might be able to live. He is ignited, goes down. Damage on to Laugh Wizard. They killed Death, and now it's Bear versus the other 2. Meanwhile, Kodo Draco has to save the base.
Yeah, Kodo Draco's decided to start heading up now. Bear is very, very low. This fight continues.
In comes Kodo Draco. He has the distance. He flashes forward, picks up a kill. Cubsy is the last member alive for the Fall Guys. He is quick, but can he outrun Kodo Draco?
It looks like it. Only 1 Baron now, and it's on the support, which means the support is pressured to stay in the lane, can't be extending their vision to very many lanes. Very unfortunate for the Fall Guys. It feels like they kind of fumbled the lead that they had there, probably the win, by an over-aggressive Mundo. Mundo, you are not Darius anymore. You cannot fight 6 people on your own, at least without your team.
This might be our play. Teleport has come in. Kodo Draco is caught. No one gets stunned by the baby cage. Big damage onto Kodo Draco. He's down to 3/4. And
man,
this is Soul.
Dancing around.
This is Soul.
If they get it, it's over. But man, sacrificing your life feels awful for this. They're thinking back and forth. They're stancing for it. They're trying to delay it as long as they can to catch Kodo and force it.
Oh, they pulled him out of the tunnel.
Oh my goodness.
They pulled him out of the tunnel.
That's crazy. I honestly, an MVP for this game has got to be Cubsy.
Absolutely.
The hooks, the roams, like Cubsy is, just been choosing every engage and choosing them well. The lanterns have been long range and phenomenal.
He is stunned there, but Elijah is in the wings. Kiroro is going really, really low. He's got the shield. He goes down. Another fight here. Calavir is going to go down. Knock up onto Elijah, but it's not enough. Death goes down. Bear goes down. That is an ace for the next 20 seconds. Kodo Draco actually has just respawned, but it hits 1 versus 4. Ziggs pushing in on the bottom side. Never mind. It is 0v5. The Fall Guys have taken down Team Unknown to become our second multi-championship winners.
Incredible. What a game. What a tournament. Congratulations, Fall Guys. You guys deserve every bit of it. We have loved watching you play. That was very, very impressive.